What's up, everybody? Matty on a mission here. I'm doing my damn thing. I hope you're doing your thing as well. If you haven't been keeping up on the story, I have for you. I'm the reporter right now, and I'm gonna tell you guys what's cracking with this Chargers move to LA. First of all, I'm just gonna start the whole theme of the video right now is gonna be that the Chargers don't belong in Los Angeles. They never have, and they never will. Okay? And I'm not being a hater just because I'm a Raider fan and shit. I'm not being a fucking hater. I'm not salty. Well, I am kind of salty that the Raiders aren't moving to LA yet. But I'm going to make my case as to why the Chargers don't belong in Los Angeles, okay? In 1960, the Chargers came to LA. And they figured out really quickly that the Rams got a lot of love and the Chargers didn't get a lot of love. So what did they do? They said, where can we find a market? Or where can we find a city that will back us 100%? So all they had to do was look about an hour and a half to 2 hours south, and they saw this little town of San Diego. And they moved down there into a high school fucking stadium. And then they moved to San Diego Stadium. And then they finally moved to Qualcomm in 1967. And they got a really good following. San Diego fell in love with the Chargers. Everybody knew where the Chargers played, and it was San Diego. And they played there all the way up until now. So they have a nice following down there in San Diego. They have a loyal fan base. To me, it would be very fucking sad for the San Diego Chargers to leave and go to LA. Just for the sake of the AFC West kind of rivalry that's there. I don't want to see a franchise that's been loyal to a city or a city that's been loyal to a franchise get their fucking heart ripped out just because the owner wants a little bit more money for his team. The fucking Chargers are already worth $1.5 billion, okay? According to Forbes. And if they move to LA, they're going to bump that value from like 1.5 to like 2.73 billion dollars like instantly just because of real estate situations. But the thing is, if they go to LA, and Dean Spanos has to think about this, if they go to LA, they're not going to be the top-notch team in LA even today. It's going to be the Rams. You know what I'm saying? The Rams have the most fucking history in LA. They don't have great history, but they were here for a long-ass time, 50-plus years or whatever it was. So the Chargers already realized that they have one fucking year of LA history, and nobody had love for them even back then. And you gotta think about what they're competing with. They're competing with the Lakers. They're competing with the Clippers. They're competing with the fucking Dodgers, the Angels, the fucking LA Kings, even the Anaheim Ducks to an extent. You know, they're competing with the beach. They're competing with downtown LA. They're competing with Hollywood. They're competing with the mountains. They're competing with even Vegas. People in LA go to Vegas on the weekend all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? So your team has to have that sexiness. You know what I'm saying? That LA sexiness in order for us to even give a fuck that you exist. You know what I'm saying? And the Chargers, they don't have that fucking sexiness. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. There are more Raider fans here than anything else. There's more 49er fans here than Charger fans. You know what I'm saying? There are more fucking now Rams fans than Charger fans. And let me break down the history of what happened, okay? When the fucking Rams and Raiders left LA in the 90s, okay? This is what happened. The Rams moved to St. Louis. The Raiders moved back up to Oakland, which wasn't that big of a surprise. They were up there before. But the Raider fans stayed true. Whoever was rolling with the Raiders are still Raider fans to this day. Unless they moved to San Antonio, but that's a whole nother fucking ball of wax, okay? But Raider fans are still loyal. They still love the Raiders here in LA. And that's never going to change, you know what I'm saying? Even if they stay up in Oakland, there's going to be a fuck ton of Raider fans in Los Angeles anyways, okay? Charger fans, they are like, I would say they're fourth place in LA fans like ranking. It goes something like this. Up to last week, before the Rams moved to LA, it was like probably a nice little competition between 49ers and Raiders fans. I would give the edge to Raider fans, okay? So you go Raiders, 49ers. Then there was maybe some Rams fans, and before last week there was not a lot of Rams fans in LA. Let's keep it real, man. If you're below the age of 30, you're not a fucking Rams fan, okay? I'm sorry. If you're below the age of 30, you You do not have fond memories of going to fucking Rams games when you were fucking 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real, bro. Motherfuckers are jumping on the Rams bandwagon because they're back in LA and LA Rams sounds cool, and you want to fucking roll with the team because you know you don't want it because they're in your hometown or whatever. You jumped on the bandwagon, and it's totally fine. But just be honest about it. Don't post pictures of when you were a baby and your parents stuck you in a fucking Rams t-shirt because they didn't have anything else to throw on there, and the Rams were in the fucking area at that time, and then say, "Oh, I've always been a Rams fan." Shut the fuck up. Last week you were a 49er fan, and that's the truth, man. I'm not being a hater. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being a fucking... I'm not trash talking here. I'm just saying exactly what happened. And this is what happened. The 49er fans were, you know... When the Rams left in the 90s, there was one team in California that was really good. They were competing for NFC championships all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that was the San Francisco 49ers. They had Steve Young. They had Jerry Rice. They had Ronnie Lott. They had a lot of good fucking players. You know what I'm saying? They had Mike Singletary. They were good. I don't know if Mike Singletary was he? I don't know. He was a Bears linebacker, I know, but I don't know if I think he played for San Francisco too. But anyways, they were really good. So people jumped on that bandwagon. People were fucking rooting for the 49ers. And they stuck with them all these years because, you know, the 49ers are a good franchise. You know, I'll give them that. You know what I'm saying? They're fucking, they're really respectable. But at the same time, now those fans, now that the Rams are back in LA, have jumped off that bandwagon. So back to the Chargers and why the Chargers don't belong in LA. Because who's going to go to the games? That's what you got to think about there, Spanos. Who's going to go to the games? If you fucking move from San Diego up to LA, you're asking all the San Diego fans that you just burned by moving their team to make the 2-hour trip north to downtown LA to sit in that big ass motherfucking stadium where tickets are probably going to be fucking crazy expensive. You know what I'm saying? To support a team that you just moved from their hometown. So the San Diego fans aren't going to be having that. They're not going to go up here to fucking support your team. This is not going to fucking happen, man. Who's going to do that? A very small percentage of San Diego fans will stick with the team if they move. And the fucking LA fan base, they're 4th place, remember, in fans in LA. So how many fans are you really picking up if you move up here? Not too many. You're actually pissing a lot of people off because we all know the team that belongs in LA with the Rams. If you look at the history, there's only one fucking team that belongs in LA with the Rams. And I'm not even talking about this through like biased eyes. If I was from fucking Chicago, or if I was like from Missouri, or if I was like from, you know, Vegas or from out of state, and I was looking at the situation, I'd be like, wait a minute. Given the NFL history, if I knew anything about the NFL, I'd be like, why the Chargers and not the Raiders? Is anybody fucking paying attention to the history here? The Raiders were in LA for 12 fucking years. They were good ass teams. They had Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson. They had some fucking good teams in LA. They won the Super Bowl in LA in 1983. You know what I'm saying? So they have some real legit winning history in LA. And now that it's time to move back to LA, the NFL wants to push the Chargers? Why? Why? What kind of fucking sense does that make? You know what I'm saying? You know that the LA Raiders have a fuck ton of fucking fans already chilling, already ready. And here's why they don't want to move the Raiders to LA, okay? Because they know that Mark Davis and the Raiders will be worth more than the Rams if that happens. Automatically, this fucking Inglewood Palace of a fucking stadium would be overrun by fucking Raider fans. Every fucking Sunday it would be Raider Nation all up in that bitch. It'd be blacked out. And it wouldn't take long to figure out who the number one fucking team as far as fans go, would be in LA. And they look at the Raiders and they say, oh shit, the Raiders are improving. They got a bunch of good young talent. They're fucking pretty good. You know, they didn't completely suck this last year. So giving them a fucking stadium would just make their value go through the roof. And I'm pretty fucking sure that these backdoor deals and all these meetings between owners, you know, have it where the Raiders are going to be the odd team out. Because it just doesn't make any sense to move the Chargers up here. The Chargers have always been San Diego. They always will be San Diego. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. At least you guys have a whole fucking city that's willing to give you a fucking stadium. Okay? That's another reason why Dean Spanos shouldn't move. They already have a fucking stadium proposal ready to go. $1.1 billion stadium. Fans that have been loyal to you for 40, 50 plus years, man. You're going to abandon all that so that you can be Stan Kroenke's little bitch. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Do you want to be a big fish in a small pond, or do you want to be a tadpole in the ocean? Because that's where you're going to be if you move to LA. A fucking tadpole. And there's going to be so many other options. So many other things for LA people to do than to go watch the fucking LA Chargers. Just doesn't make any sense, man. That's my fucking opinion. You know what I'm saying? And from what I'm reading and the articles I'm seeing, it's a foregone conclusion that Spanos is going to move to LA, but that's a fucking mistake. Big time mistake. Anyways, MATY, Matty on a mission. I'm doing my motherfucking thing out here, man. You guys tell me your opinion. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? This is my 2 cents. It should be the Rams and Raiders. As it should be the Rams and Raiders in LA. Given the history. It's just the truth, man. Anyways, take care of you guys. Take care of yourself. I'll see you later. Peace out.